Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Football Fan Show. I'm joined always by Carlos, the legend. He's here, and good to see you.
Nice to see you, Mac.
Good. And look, we're going to talk about a special episode today, in fact. We're talking about Independiente, which is no other man to talk about it than Carlos, who is the legend, who's actually running the show. He is the head coach. He's the man who's doing it all. He's the man who's making waves and bringing a team from like a phoenix, bringing it from the ashes and bringing it to incredible heights. And here we are.
I've got to say that there's two of us. There's two coaches, and we're a double act, and we consult with each other, and we do everything by consensus, and we've been working that way for 4 years. Eduardo Arroyo is the other coach, and we're very happy to be working together. And for me, it's a privilege to work with him. And yes, we took over when the club was founded 2 years ago. So we've been there right from the word go.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And look, you're having a special season. So tell us about it. This is the kind of overall view. Third in the league, so 3 points off the top, which is pretty impressive stuff. So just tell everybody about the league you're in and the whole setup and how things are going.
Well, I think that might be a bit out of date actually, because we're 5 points off a promotion spot, but we've got a game in hand. We've got a game in hand. We've played 13 matches. We've lost 2, so that's not bad going. And to be honest, we should not have lost those matches. They were down to ourselves. We could have avoided defeat. We should have actually won one of those matches quite clearly. But yes, it's the 3rd division of the Madrid Regional League,
right?
Which, of course, is part of the Spanish league. Wow. If we got enough promotions, we would be in the 1st division of Spanish football, La Liga.
Wow.
So we are in the Spanish league. But because we were founded only 2 years ago, when you're new into the league, you start right at the bottom.
Right.
This is an 8th division. And the first season, we were 3rd, which would have got us promoted just 2 weeks before the league was stopped because of the pandemic.
Oh no.
In those 2 weeks, we drew 1 and lost 1, which made us drop to 5th. The league was interrupted, and the league stood as it was at that point. So it meant that we didn't get promoted. We would have got promoted 2 weeks if it had stopped 2 weeks earlier. That was in our first season. But to be honest, we were nowhere near as good as we are now. In the second season, we were in the running for promotion until the penultimate match.
Right.
So we went into the final match knowing we couldn't get promoted because the team above us won their penultimate match, which meant they were 4 points clear. We couldn't catch up with them. But to be honest, considering it's a completely new team, I think we've done well. I'm very happy. We're all very happy with how things are going.
Yeah. So it sounds brilliant. And look, that kind of form, like we've talked about, it's like top level form, really. And it's fantastic that you're there. And we've talked about offline, many changes have happened, but all for the right reason. And look, going forward, you sort of talked about you and your partner in crime there. Is things moving in the right direction now? What's your thoughts?
Yes, most definitely. We had a blip. That was when we lost that second match that I said we should have won. We were 2-0 up at halftime, and we lost 3-2 because we put in a very, very poor second half performance. But we sat down, we discussed things, we became a lot more demanding in what we were doing and of our players. and we expected the players to offer us their full commitment and accept these greater demands that were being made, and they have done.
Yeah.
We went in a way, in a certain manner, we could say that we went back to basics, but with far greater demands. I think because things were going well, I do admit that maybe we were too content. And there was a point, that particular point, when we realized that we had to put our foot down and ask a lot more of our players. So there were two ways. There were two ways this could have gone. One was some players could have not been prepared to buy into the extra hard work that we were demanding, or they could just put their heads down and decide, roll up their sleeves and decide that, you know, this is what we had to do. Technically, the players have responded well. Tactically, they have as well. In our last game, the level of discipline in order to face and get something out of the top team was excellent. We were amazing, to be honest, because the top team has signed, as far as I know, 8 players from the regional first division, which means that basically they are a first division team playing in the third division.
Right.
And they're beating everyone out of sight. Before we played them, they had won 9 out of 9.
Oh my God.
And they were winning comfortably. But we went into the game with a very determined game plan. And the players stuck to it, which was tremendous. We took the lead. Then they equalized, and then we took the lead in the second half again. And they only equalized with 3 minutes to go. So, you know, we were that close to beating that super team in our league. And we had 8 players out, which makes it all the more incredible. So, you know, we were pleased. Disappointed that they equalized so late, of course. But at the end of the day, you've got to look at the situation and say, you know, we came into this with 8 players out. They are a far superior team, but, you know, we did the business.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible, and fair play to you for doing so well. And it's crazy that people two divisions above are in that league. And but obviously, you know, if you've got the money resources to do it, then you can. But look, you've talked about the challenges of management, which obviously you've come out in a positive manner. But let's talk about the positivity that's going around. Obviously, the vision and just the whole ethos of the club, I think is important to let people know about, because you stand against obviously pretty much every ism. And I know you've got lots of sponsors. I've looked at your website. So tell the people about the actual ethos and the kind of vision of Independiente.
Well, basically, we will not betray our principles and our values in order to get results.
Brilliant.
We stand very firmly, as you said, against all of the isms, and we do carry out social work, and we help the community, collecting clothes for those who might need warm clothes in the cold weather.
Nice.
Last weekend we collected toys for less privileged children, so they would have toys for Christmas.
Wow.
You know, we're always doing things like that. So we're very much a community club that stands against, as you said, racism, homophobia, sexism, social exclusion. And also we are a club that belongs to the members. We will not accept someone coming in with money, buying the club out. The club will always have to belong to the supporters.
Wow.
And that's written into the statutes.
Wow.
So we will never be taken over by someone with money, even if it meant that could make the club progress on the pitch, because that's not how we want to do it. We want to do things our way.
Fantastic. That is amazing. That is amazing. And look, I'd love people to, I've put it up there on Twitter, the page there, they've got Instagram, got a website, doing absolutely incredible stuff. So let's talk about next big milestone. What are we looking at? Promotion? Is that the next thing that everyone's aiming for in the club?
Well, we started the season aiming for promotion. To be honest, Edu, the other coach, and myself, we always start every season hoping for the best. We can't accept anything less. And then if at the end of the season you haven't achieved it, at least you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror. And this is what we tell our players and say, we gave everything we have. If you haven't given everything, then you should be asking yourself questions and you should not be satisfied. But if you've given absolutely everything and for whatever reason you haven't achieved your goal, then that's fine. But this season, we think that we are in a position in which we can strive for promotion. We do believe that we will finish the first half of the season in a promotion place. There's 4 matches to go. We're aiming to get at least 10 points out of those 12. We have played practically every top team, and we have games coming up against teams not so highly placed in the division. That doesn't mean it's going to be any easier, because a lot of these teams often give you a tough match. And the difference between top, if we forget the team right at the top, the team I was talking about earlier, we forget about them. They're a different kettle of fish. But the rest are all very similar, of a similar standard. So the difference between winning and losing can be fine margins, but you've got to make sure that that fine margin benefits you in every game. And so far, I think we've been able to do that, at least more often than not. And we think that we're getting better. We do think that since that game that I said that we lost after being 2-0 up, everything has completely turned around. And the determination in the players, the determination in the coaching staff, Edu and myself, and the board is huge. We know what we want, and we know how we will go about achieving it if we eventually do. So yes, we do hope to get promoted at the end of this season.
Good, and I hope you do. Look, it's a wonderful club, and anybody who is watching or listening to this, please look up. I'll leave all the details in the show notes. Look up the club. They got some lovely T-shirts, and support the club. This is a local community club, and obviously Carlos has gone through all the details about the kind of things they're doing. It's a team that we should all support if we can. So let's hope you do get the promotions and do move forward. And look, Carlos, you're an incredible coach. We always talk about the ups and downs and all you're doing, and you're doing great. But also, I just want to mention as well, great page as well, does a great channel as well, Desmarcados, which is, if you love football, this is a place to come as well. Spanish channel, just talking about all different stuff, about all kinds of stuff happening across all kinds of, football history and modern football items as well, just like we talk about on Sports Fans TV. So make sure you join Carlos on there as well. So look, going back to Independiente, look, we wish you all the best. Any final thoughts, Carlos, on the team? And obviously we'll check in with you as the season progresses.
Well, I'd like to say that even though we're such a new club and such a small club, 2 years old, we're just basically, run by people who give up part of their time in order to make sure the club is run in the best possible way. And we've got over 300 club members.
Amazing.
Now, there are teams, 5 divisions above us that don't have as many club members.
Yeah.
And we get supporters coming. with drums, with with flags, and they do make a noise, and we love them all, and we want to do our best for them because they're there in warm weather, hot weather, cold weather, in the rain, whether we're playing at 9 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the evening, they're there. And we couldn't be more grateful to them. And we know that we owe them a lot. And that's why we do our best, because, you know, we do have to give them back what they give us. But no matter how much we do, we will never give back as much as they give us.
Yeah, that's brilliant, and that's wonderful. And look, thank you so much for your thoughts on your club, and we wish you all the best.
Just one last thing is that there is a club in England. Well, there are many in this run in this way, but one club that we're particularly close to is Clapton.
Okay.
A team run by its members as well, and with values and principles very similar to ours. So if anyone from Clapton is watching, then I'd like to say hello.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, and we wish them all the best as well. Clapton FC, right? Clapton FC?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Excellent. And that's obviously in London, isn't it? So yeah, we wish them all the best. So look, it's been wonderful to talk about your team and you know, the aspirations and the visions and the positivity flowing and the community that it's created. So I'll leave loads of notes about the team so people can look them up on the website, buy a t-shirt, support the team. If you're ever in Madrid, come go and watch. And look, we wish you all the best. Hopefully the promotion happens.
If I can just add one more thing, that the club was born out of a meeting in a bar.
All right.
Called El Pon de Beber, and 4 people who used to go and watch Rayo Vallecano, the team in the Spanish First Division. They were talking about the ills of the professional game, how money seems to dominate everything, and they thought about how nice it would be to be able to create a club that was run differently to everyone else. So that's how it happened. These 4 people are responsible for the birth of Independiente de Vallecas. Vallecas is the area in Madrid where the team plays and where it was born. And we are neighbors to Rayo Vallecano. You know, a few divisions separate us. But yes, and one of those 4 people, Danny Palacino, is the chairman. Joaquin Maidagan is the vice president. And, you know, thanks to them, this team is where it is.
Yeah, and look, if that's the kind of mindset they had from the start, they've carried that on, and they brought all you guys on, and it's a wonderful thing. And that's probably the best way to create a football team, right? Not creating it for money or for fame or whatever, because you want to run things differently, and that's the way football should be. Going back to the grassroots.
It doesn't mean, however, that we're not ambitious. You know, we do want to win, and we want to do our best on the pitch. You know, we're no different to any other team in that sense. The only thing that separates us and some other clubs from the rest is that we want to do it our own way.
Yeah, and you are doing it your own way, and hopefully the promotion comes. We wish you all the best with that. So it's a fantastic story, and look, we wish you all the best. And hopefully a lot of people watch this and listen to this and look you up, and show their support to your team. But like I said, we'll check in again near the end of the season and see how things are going or how things have gone, and have a little chat about that as well. So that'll be fantastic. But thank you for your time, Carlos. Thank you for talking so openly about the team.
Well, thank you for allowing me to tell the viewers about Independiente. And hopefully we'll get some more English supporters. I say more because we already do have some. Somewhere in London, there are people walking around with Independiente shirts. I can assure you that. We also have a women's team which we started in our second season. The men's team is currently in its third season. And initially we found difficulty in finding a pitch where the women could train and play their league matches. We were lucky enough to have enough spare time where we play our men's matches for the women to play also their league matches there. So that means that there are some weekends when the matches follow each other. Either the women play first and then we play next, or the other way around. That allows us to concentrate our supporters to watch both matches, and also it allows the players to watch each other's games. There is a very good rapport between the men's and the women's teams, and things are looking very bright for the club, as I was saying, because we're moving forward. And the next step after the women's team that was started last season would be to start a youth team. So, as I was saying, the club is moving forward. It's thinking about the future, and things are very positive.
Fantastic, brilliant. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Carlos, and thank you for anybody watching. Leave your thoughts on Independiente. Try and get to watch some if you can. That'd be brilliant. Buy a t-shirt, like I said. Support the team. Thank you for watching or listening to the Football Fan Show.